Willie, first off, what was it like with all those kids?
Lots of fun. I mean, you get out there and you just hear the kids yelling. So it's a blast to come out here and be able to practice in front of them.
How are you feeling right now, midway through, or almost towards the end of camp now?
Yeah, I'm getting ready for the season to get going. I think everybody's excited. Got one more game, I guess, that we'll play before the season starts.
Saw you playing center today. Is that something that's you're going to see more of in the season? Or?
I have no clue. You'll have to ask Sheldon.
But that versatility you can bring to the lineup, that's a key for you this any other year, but this year especially, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, if he wants me to play center, I'm going to play center. I like playing center and wing. There's no one I prefer really.
Okay. What's the biggest challenge for you when you are in the middle?
I think it's just the way we sort out the D zone. I think, I mean, you play it differently as a winger, so it's something you just got to focus a little bit more on.
What about the two guys you were playing with today? What's Nick and Dennis showed you?
Like I said before, these guys have been unreal throughout camp. I mean, the skating that they have and the way they're able to skate with the puck through the neutral zone and create space. And obviously you saw Nick's pass to me the other night. So they're both tremendous players, so it's lots of fun to be out there with them.
How much of a sense do you have of the battles going on in camp of guys trying to make the cut?
I don't know. I don't know too much about. I know that there are guys battling. I don't know too much who's battling for what spot really. I don't know. I haven't really thought of that.
Sheldon was saying the other day it's as competitive as camp he's been around with you guys. Have you sensed that too, Willie?
Yeah, I think we've had a high pace from the start of camp. I mean, I think every day has been a bagger, and I mean we just keep getting better.
You ready to kill more penalties this year?
Yeah, if called upon, I'll be out there for sure. I like it.
What'd you guys get up to yesterday?
We just played golf and we had a dinner. That's about it.
Was he the champ, or who had the best round?
It was Cliffy, Callie, who else? Timmy, but he didn't play. He was just putting or whatever. And who was the last one? Paul? No. There was one more. I don't remember.
Oh, here. You look hungry.
Yeah.
Mitch, what do you think of the atmosphere in there as you practice?
Yeah, it was great. A lot of fun. We got a lot of great fans everywhere we go, and it's always, we always know it too. So it's always fun to do these kind of things, come out here and do this practice, and it's a good time hearing all those chants and the fans kind of having fun with it.
And how's your game feeling at this point in camp?
It feels good, yeah. Obviously, just about kind of getting back into your bearings, getting your feet going, getting back into conditioning, kind of in game-wise shape, and I think our line feels good with how we've played and how we feel in practice.
That said, how keen are you for the season to get going?
Yeah, really excited. It's kind of a tease right now, just doing all this stuff, and but it's also very important. We're getting through our systems. We're doing everything again. We're practicing, very hard, and we keep each other honest out there, which is great to see early. So it's only going to get better and better as the year goes on, and we're excited.
You've known Willie a good long time. Do you think he can pretty much do anything he puts his head to, like play center if he needs to, kill penalties if he needs to?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the ability he has on the ice is very high, and stuff he does out there is sometimes it surprises you just how filthy he really is and how good he is. So. It's been great seeing him, get some opportunities on the kill. He's done a great job at it. He's been asking questions about it. He's kind of taking on whatever role he needs to, and it's been great to see.
So, what is the key for that role? I'm assuming you do, but what would you tell Willie to ask things about it?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's, kind of at times it feels like, because you're on against power plays, sometimes they get a little sleepy and stuff like that, and you can get good chances the other way, and I think for that reason you got to just be safe sometimes as well, and just get it down the ice. It's not always about trying to score, obviously, on the kill. So I think that's kind of just always the thing is you get opportunities that look like they can be looks down at the other end, and sometimes it's not worth it. You just got to get it down, try and kill that clock off, and get back to 5-5.
Sheldon was saying this is the most competitive camp since he started coaching this team. I mean, obviously you're not in danger, but do you sense that competitiveness amongst the guys who may be on the bubble?
Definitely. I mean, I don't think it matters who you are. Everyone's competing out there, like I was saying earlier, and there's a lot of guys out here that are battling for spots and want to be on this roster, and it's been great seeing them compete with everyone. And our group's it's been a lot of fun to watch.
How good do you think this team can be?
Very good. I mean, I think we've added some really great pieces, and obviously we still have that big core. So now it's just about making sure, taking it day by day here, getting better and better, and getting through the systems as we have been doing, and just getting ready to kind of get.
Austin, what was that atmosphere like in there? Could you even hear the coach telling you what to do with the kids being so loud?
No, nothing. Just, yeah, it was, thankfully we're doing drills that we've all done before today, or else would have been in one a bit.
You've known Willie a good long time. Do you think there's anything he can't do on the ice? I mean, we saw him taking reps at center today.
Yeah, I mean, he's great. Obviously, all over the ice. He skates extremely well. He's got a high IQ. He shoots it, makes plays all over the ice, and obviously with his skating and just the way he thinks the game, I don't think that transition's really too difficult.
How important are these, little breaks from camp? Like, it's been a lot of practicing, but just change of scenery and getting up here.
Yeah, it's nice. I mean, we did this trip last year for the first time, so it's nice to come back here, and it's a pretty good setup. But yeah, it's just nice to kind of get that team bonding going, and get to know guys that maybe you don't know as well and stuff like that. So, I think it's a great couple of days to just kind of get away, get some good work in, but also have some fun.
Do you like anyone in particular you got to know yesterday a little more?
My golf group was Murray, Broads, and Malgi. So, obviously played with Malgi, quite a long time ago, but know him pretty well in Broads, and so it was cool. I rode with Murray, and it was just nice to kind of chat with him. He's obviously a bit of a quieter guy, but we had a lot of fun out there, just kind of messing around, and I think our group kind of overachieved, so we were pretty happy with it. But I know it's been a lot of fun yesterday, and then obviously having today is it's a beautiful day, so I'm sure we'll all get to go out and enjoy it.
Sorry, how different a player is Dennis Malgin now from what you remember knowing him as you have?
Yeah, he looks great. I mean, I think all camp, he just looks like he's gained a lot of confidence. He looks strong on the puck out there, and I think it's pretty evident in his play. So he's been fun to watch. As have a lot of guys, but I think he's really stood out, to me in the games and in practice. I mean, he's been all over the puck, and he just looks really good.
We're getting close to the end of this camp. When you see the guys that you've got and how everything's going, the chemistry that's been building here, how good do you think this team can be?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what it's all about, is just kind of meshing together. It's camp's a great time to build the chemistry and to build the habits and build the building blocks that you want to have throughout the season. So obviously when we look at our team on paper, I think we really like what we have, who we have, and the depth that we have throughout the lineup. And obviously we got guys that are still a little bit hurt right now that are trying to come back and get healthy, but even with some key guys out, a lot of guys are kind of stepping up and obviously making some decisions hard for the staff and everything. So it's been really competitive, and it's obviously what you want.
Is the line in a good spot? Presumably one game to go, Austin?
Yeah, I think the other night, the second half of the game, we kind of got going a little bit. It was tough, obviously going like a week without playing, a lot of practices, so just trying to build that. Just kind of getting back into the rhythm of playing games and stuff every night. So I thought the second half of the game was a lot better. Just kind of got our legs under us, and then having one more game here before we get going and some good practice days will be really important. But I think everybody's just trying to trend in the right direction.
Sheldon, could the players even hear you with a crowd so loud?
It was a little more challenging than normal, but it's good. Forced me to communicate better.
What do you like about these getaways in the middle of camp?
Well, I think it's just it breaks it up. First of all, that's the big thing. You get away, get out of the city, get out of our regular routine. It's a long season. You spend a lot of time in your facility, and for a lot of our guys, they've been in our facility all summer long too, training. So from that sense, it's great. And then you get the guys together, away from the arena. So that's a big part of it too. We have a lot of new faces here. So for that end of it, it's really good. And then this year's is even more special and unique for us, obviously, because we're involving the local community more. Like last year, COVID restrictions and such, it was a closed arena, and now you're seeing a lot more of the local faces in that get to watch our guys, and I think that adds an element to it as well, that we can get out and have a little more energy in the building.
What prompted you to try Willie at center today?
Willie's done that before, and I think has the ability to. frankly, I wouldn't read too much into it. You know, I mean, really, if you kind of break it down, it's kind of a placeholder for John, you know, in his spot. So there's those elements to it. But, you know, I think it's important for Willie to get some reps, you know, through the camp and all that, because he does play center at times. And you know, we might use him there in the final preseason game that he'll play. We'll see how the rest of the week goes and how John's recovery is looking and make some decisions from there. But it was really more so I wanted to get a look at Engvall, Kerfoot, and Youngcroc today. So it was just natural to put Willie in that spot for today.
I noted that Willie took some face-offs on the penalty kill. That used to be, I guess, Jason Spetz's job. You have an opening for a right-handed draw.
Yeah, we do. And Willie, through his career, has been, you know, when called upon, a good right-handed face-off option. Hasn't taken many of them in the defensive zone, but you know, we're wanting to see if he can grow his role and usage on the penalty kill. And then having a right-side face-off guy is important. We've got Yarncroc's addition as well. So that can help with that. You know, David Kampf does a pretty good job for us on it, even though it's his offside there. But having additional options, I think, is important.
In John's case, is there a possibility that he could be ready in time for the start of the season, or have you ruled that out?
Well, I don't think I've ruled that out, but it's all going to be on his recovery. You know, I think it was a really positive day for him today. But obviously, the way that it would track out in terms of the plan that was set was that he wouldn't be available. But obviously, what his body's telling him is going to dictate that, whether it's sooner, whether it ends up being later. Like, it's all going to be part of it. We're just going to take it a day at a time with him. And today was a good day for him, but certainly I'm not expecting him to be full go at all this week. So obviously that tightens up the timelines pretty good for him.
Do you like where the group is now, Sheldon? Just a game left for the regulars and that sort of thing. And, you know, you mentioned it's been a long haul. It's been in the summer, all summer, and a couple weeks camp now.
Yeah, I think, you know, the guys want to play for real, especially, I mean, we've got a lot of guys here that have played together a long time, and you know, you go through things in camp. You know, we've made some adjustments to a few different things that we want to do as a team, but by and large, a lot of it is similar. Our structure and the way we want to play is pretty similar. So the guys are ready to just push on and get playing for real, I think. So the fact that we come here and break it up, I think, is great. I thought we got a lot out of the practice today. It was a really good day. First time we've had, you know, one group going too, so that added extra competitiveness and pace, and the execution was higher. So I like a lot of that, and yeah, I think by the time we come out of this, you know, I like that we have 2 games left. It'll be, you know, the first game in Detroit will be, you know, a lot of opportunity for guys competing for spots, and then back in Toronto, expected to be a little bit closer to our group. But you know, with all that said, and even though we made some decisions with line combinations and things today, there's still positions up for grabs. The guys are still competing, you know. So we've got a week left here. We've got 2 preseason games, you know, and so a lot of things can and likely will change. That's just the nature of it.
So we shouldn't think too much of guys in gray jerseys.
I'm sorry.
We shouldn't think too much of guys in gray jerseys.
No, I mean, obviously there's things I wanted to get a look at. So, you know, I mean, there's something to that, of course, but there's still competition going on here, and whether it's guys competing and that have really strong games to finish off this week and great week of practice, or injuries, what have you, a lot of things can change. As I said the other day, this is as competitive camp as I've had in my time here, and thinking back to the group that we had this time last season, and we had about the same number of forwards out there, but I don't think there was as many guys that, you know, that I could see starting the season with us, and this year it's different, and that's very healthy for our club.
Any more clarity on Pierre? Do you think he'll be ready for opening night?
It's starting to look that way, but he's got some steps to take here. He's going to practice with us again tomorrow. I think the sense is that he'll go home with us tomorrow. I think he's got an appointment to go through later in the week. That'll kind of set the table for whether he can get in a preseason game, and then obviously look to progress from there. So it's tracking well, but you know, with his injury, the type of that it is, it's one that you just gotta watch it and be careful.
Last question for me: like, how good do you think this team can be when you look at what you've got?
Well, I think it's no secret that we've got a good club. I think we've established ourselves as an elite team in the NHL, and I expect us to be that again.